Welcome, everyone, to Cup to Hook Conversations number 79. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Joy friends. I am excited to be here with you. And let's see, we've got Megan here. She says hi. And Mare is here and says, hey, Megan, and says, got to plug in my phone. How are you? Megan says she's good. Megan says, how are you? And hello, Lefty Crochets and Mara Knits says, yay, I made it. Mare says, I am all teary after watching the last episode, talking about Call the Midwife. Megan says, yes. Hello, Keith Lewis says, hey there. And Megan says that the last episode of the season is what she asked Mare. Well, hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here with you. I want to welcome in all of you that are here, all of you that will be watching this in the replay. I hope that my little place of joy will transform a little bit of joy in your place while you're here with us. I missed everyone last week, so I hope that y'all have had a great couple of weeks. As you can tell, I am not 100% over all of this, but Todd and I are definitely mending and wish COVID on not one single person. It has not been a fun journey, that's for sure. Mare says the first episode on season 7, a real tearjerker. Yes. Anyone watching any of the Call the Midwives really need to invest in Kleenex. All right. So what is in your cup? Let's go ahead and get started. And we'll just continue to welcome everyone in as they come in. And I'm going to grab my notes here. Want to first start off by thanking everyone that came and joined Trish with the Purple Yarnivore and I last night as we are beginning our weekly lives together as the Joyful Yarnivores. And she did a phenomenal job. Last night was kind of just a test run to help her get familiar with using StreamYard and just kind of get the feel of doing lives. And you guys, she's a pro. She's a natural. So I hope you were able to catch that. If not, definitely please go back and catch it. You can find it listed under the Joyful Yarnivores. All right. And Stephanie said, then I am glad I didn't watch it. I shed too many tears during the Christmas special. Oh, Stephanie, I agree with Mare. Episode 1 in season 7 was quite a tearjerker. Megan says, aw. Okay. So now that we've gotten COVID out of the way, again, so glad that's over with. What is in your cup? What are you drinking tonight? And I am drinking out of this pretty aluminum butterfly cup because I'm drinking, I almost spilled it. That would not have been pretty. Hot tea, trying to work on this cough and this sore throat. And I am drinking lemon and ginger. This is what I had last night, actually, on the live. Not this tea bag, but the same flavor. So I am drinking lemon and ginger tea. And that ginger and that lemon together are definitely helping with my throat. Stephanie says, I have tea in my cup, a blanket on my hook, and a placemat on the needles. Ooh, you are busy. You are crocheting and knitting. And yes, I want to know what is on your hook as well. So on my hook, I have a couple projects going, but by the time we come together next Friday, I will have 6 whips going at one time. You guys, if you know anything about me, and if you've been with me for a while, you know that I am a kind of a, what do they call it? Obsessive compulsive type person. And I only do one project at a time. Unless I'm doing a tutorial, I try to only do one project at a time. So to have 6 projects going on at once is what? So I only have a couple of them started. One of them is the Elvis blanket. And I keep telling y'all, I'm going to show you where I'm at on it because some of you have never seen it. I will tell you, your time is coming to a close having to wait to see that. Next Friday, that blanket, I will show it to you. And the reason being is I keep saying every weekend I'm going to pull it out and get it started. Well, I got sick, and that's lasted almost a couple weekends now. We are going nowhere because we're having our 4th ice storm in a row, which is so unheard of for South Carolina. So that is my only goal this weekend, is to sleep and work on Elvis. So Elvis will be in the house next Friday night. So mark your calendars and be sure and come check that out. Speaking of calendars, if you can, did you get a notification for this live tonight? I struggled with it till late last night, trying to make sure that there was a notification out there, and I just couldn't make progress of whether it was or wasn't. So if you've received a notification for this video for tonight, this live, will you let me know? All right, so that was project number 1. Project number 2, Trish announced last night her February crochet along, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because that's her baby, but she has chosen to do this pattern here. It's called Mimi Shaw. Nope, that's not it. I told a story. It is called Falling Leaves Super Scarf. And this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to show you another up close picture of it. Let's see, right there. And they use Lion Brand yarn jeans, medium weight for that pattern. And I am going to use Mandala Ombre in the color Harmony. And I was able to get started on it a little bit, not very much, but just enough to show you. But this is the yarn that I'm going to be using for that project. And again, it's Lion Brand's Mandala Ombre and the colorway Harmony. And this is a medium 4. And this is what I got done just to show you. Actually, it's upside down. There we go. So I got that started. And I will work on this all month of February for the Purple Yarnivores channel. So that is project number 2. Project number 3, Miss Sylvia Olivo, that is always on here on Friday nights when she can because she does dialysis on Friday. She got in touch with me and said, Cynthia, I want to work on a project with you. And I was like, oh, Sylvia, I got so many projects going on right now. What do you want to do, love? So she went through idea after idea after idea. And we finally together decided to do Crystal Bag a Day's Pure Innocent Shawl. You might have heard me talking about this last week. And I am doing mine in the Caron Simply Soft in the colorway Off-White. So this is what it looks like. Turn it. And it almost looks like a pale yellow, even though it's an off-white. And this is what I have completed on it. This project we will only work on for 2 hours a week. So it will be a slow-going project. And that's project number 3. Project number 4 is a blanket that I am making for a friend's birthday in April. She wanted me to use mauve colors, so I am doing a cascade of mauve colors, and then I threw some green and white in there, and I'm going to show you the yarn that I'm using. All of it is Caron Simply Soft yarn, with the exception of, well, I'm going to correct myself. I'm only using one Caron Simply Soft. The rest of it is Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny. So I am using the colorway Burgundy in it, the Simply Soft in the color Plum Wine, Wisteria, isn't that pretty? Smoky Rose, and then Parsley, and the last color is Cream. And this is what I have completed so far. I'm working on the 6th color now. So there's the burgundy at the bottom, then the plum wine, then the wisteria, then that pink, then the parsley, and then the cream. And then I'll repeat those 6 colors over and over. The stitch that I'm using is the Sober Granny stitch, and I took it from a pattern from Krista from the Secret Yarnery. So in the description box, I will have links to the Pure Innocent shawl and to Trisha's video once she gets it up, and Krista with the Secret Yarnery for the Sober Granny stitch. Now, before I go on to project number 5 and 6, I want to talk with you guys a little bit and see what you're saying in the chat. Megan says, I'm working on a certain quote. Oh, cool. Stephanie says, I received a 30-minute warning notification and the live starting notification. Okay. I'm just curious about that because I actually created this like 2 days ago. So I'm trying to see how that works with StreamYard. So thank you, Stephanie, for your answer. Hello, Wanda. And she says, hello, everyone. Glad to see you and Mr. Joyful feeling better. Yes. She says, I am in Pico, Texas at the moment. Still have a couple more hours to drive. Miss Wanda, while I have you too, if you think about it tonight before you lay your head down, will you please email me your address? I would greatly, greatly love to have that. Hello, Robin. She says she is in Pico. I may not be pronouncing that correctly. Hello, Kimberly. She says, hello, everyone. David is here. Hi, David. He says, hey there. And David says, I was just watching a Mr. Rogers video and just minutes away from sobbing uncontrollably. Oh, I love Mr. Rogers. I miss Mr. Rogers too, David. Okay. projects number 5 and 6, I have not started yet, but you will get to see them in something. There will be something done on them next week. So project number 5, my Marine son has asked me to make a sweatshirt hoodie, but of course out of yarn, for his new girlfriend. I think I talked about this. She fell in love with the Southwestern hoodie that I made him. It was the first one I ever made. And he told her that if she would not take his, he would have one made for her and she could have her very own. So that project will be getting started the first of next week. The last project I'm kind of leery to talk about on here because the person who's going to get that is actually in the chat box right now. So they will have to choose to either look away and be surprised at the end at what it looks like, or they can watch the progress of it made. They know they're getting something, they just don't know what it is. And the recipient is Megan, that's in the chat. She is my youngest son's girlfriend. And so she's getting ready to actually find out what I'm making. So she can either mute this really quickly because she keeps saying she doesn't want to know what it is, or she can again be a part of the progress. But I am going to start making a large amigurumi panda bear, stuffed panda bear for her. She loves panda bears, and so she collects them. And unfortunately, with everything going on and all the sickness we've had, I wasn't able to work on it and make it for Christmas for her. So the goal is to get it made for her birthday in March. So those are the 6 projects that are currently busy on my hook. And I see the little googly eyes that Megan has given, and she's like, oh, and she's got purple hearts with a panda bear. And hello there, Yarn Bar says hi, everyone. And so to wrap things up for what is on our hook tonight, and again, I'd love to know what is on everyone else's hook. Some of you have already shared. Lisa says, that's so wonderful of you to make Megan a gift. She has been extremely helpful to my husband and I, to letting the dogs out, to helping with dishes, to, helping me get yarn off the shelf, just all kinds of different things during my recovery and during our sickness with COVID and some of the other health things we've had going on. She's just been in a really great extra set of hands. So I just wanted to make sure that I made something special for her and something that I know that she will like. And who knows, maybe it'll be big enough she'll use it as a pillow. David says, I have never done a hoodie. I should take that on as a challenge. I'm helping someone in our community with a Mother of the Groom dress for June. I hope I can get it all done. Oh, wow, that is a big project. David, I do have a tutorial for the green and black one that I made for my youngest son in my playlist. But most of the time, the patterns that I use, except for the Southwestern ones, I kind of gear off of the pattern from the Crochet Dude. I'm trying to remember the name of that pattern. I think it's called Dog, D-A-W-G. Lisa says, I am doing a bag-a-day blanket. Oh, sweet. I love Crystal. And she has so many excellent tutorials. Good choice, Lisa. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, David. Don't feel bad. I can't watch Bambi without getting hysterically and crying, right? And Yarn Barf is doing a bag-a-day cow. Now, Yarn Barf, is there a first name that we can call you by? Lisa says it is 11:20 a.m. on Saturday morning. She is in Australia, for those who don't know Lisa. And she says, Yarn Barf, that might be my next project, a cow. And Yarn Barf says it is 7:24 p.m. in North Carolina, USA. Ooh, Yarn Barf. David is from North Carolina, and I am not too far from there in South Carolina, depending on what part of North Carolina you're in, of course. Yes, Christy. My name is Christy. Well, I will get that added to my Excel spreadsheet. It is so great to have you here, Christy. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up so I can open it up for you guys to come up on the panel and show what's on your hook if you want. And then that way I can not sit here and cough all in your ears. So I've got 5 minutes to wrap this up, and then I turn it over to y'all before we do Joy Basket Moments. Lisa says, I will be back. Just go and grab some lunch. Ooh, yum. And Wanda says she is from North Carolina. And now Wanda is the one that was telling us that she was in Texas. She is driving a truck. She is a truck driver. So love her job. She gets to see the United States. And then Christy says, we're practically neighbors. Laugh out loud. Thank you. I'm happy I could make it. Yes, I am glad you're here. David says, I applied for a job in your town, not expecting a response, but you never know. Oh, wow, David. How cool. Where did you apply? And if you don't want to stay here, then send me an email. I think you should have my email, but it is listed in on my About page. Mare says, I'm making fingerless gloves, my design, and she has one done. Oh, that is awesome. She says the second one is in progress. Christy says, hey, Mare. Hello, sweet Bree. She's here giving virtual hugs. And Christy says, I used to be a trucker too for 21 years. Oh my gosh. You and Wanda definitely have to meet up since you're both originally from North Carolina. David says, we'll talk. Okay. Wanda says, Cynthia, I have emailed you twice. You may need to check your spam junk folder. I might. Okay. I will, Wanda. All right. So finishing up what's on the hook and complete, I have an FO. I know you guys have been waiting to see this. Some of you asked about it last night on the Joyful Yarnivore Live. And it was my shrug that I did for the Purple Yarnivore's January project. And if you see me in my pajamas, yes, work is over and I am not feeling the greatest tonight. So I am already in my pajamas, but it is what it is. But this is the shrug. I love how it came out. And as you can tell, I made a hat to go with it. And the star stitches match the star stitches that are in the border of it. And, well, you can see on the sleeves there. I have to tell you, it is very warm. I'm getting very hot wearing this, so it is definitely doing its job. But I am in love with it. It turned out very nicely, although it was very confusing how to get the arms going. But Ashley S., Trish, all of us struggled with that, but we finally figured it out. Christy said yes about her and Wanda meeting. David says, actually, I emailed you a week or two ago as well. I will definitely have to check my spam folder, you guys. I apologize for that. I am still catching up on emails, and I'm almost caught up on comments from being out sick with COVID, but I will definitely check my spam folder. Thank you, Christy. She says it came out very pretty. David says, I spend all day in my pajamas unless I'm going out to the store. I hear you. That is the life. Hello, Roseanne. She says, hi, that's so pretty. And Christy says, me too, David. Laugh out loud. You guys, I do have one more question to ask you because whenever I play everything on the replay, especially alive, it sounds like I'm screaming. Am I extremely loud to you guys or is it like normal? That's another good question I'd like to see if you can answer for me so I know whether or not to turn my volume down. David says, I'm going to have to put one of the 4011 sweaters I have in this room on because it's getting pretty chilly. Mary says, hey there, birthday girl. All right. Speaking of birthdays, let's roll into our birthdays. And because we missed last week with Mr. Joyful and I being out with COVID, I have quite a few that I want to shout out. Again, I thank all of you for going over and leaving comments for our little birthday friends on their birthday. It just helps make their day so special. But Sunday on January the 23rd, Viviana Sandy had a birthday. On Friday, January 28th, when we didn't meet last Friday, Melissa with Melissa's Crochet with Love had a birthday. And then these are all the new birthdays coming through for this week. Starting with Saturday on January 29th, Pinky Hook Shania had a birthday. And then on Monday, January 31st, Cynthia with Cynthia's Crochet and More May had a birthday. And then on Wednesday, February the 2nd, I did not put a video out for this. I mentioned it in Morning Joy blogs, but my youngest son celebrated his 23rd birthday. So happy birthday to Andrew. And then yesterday, on Thursday, February the 3rd, Marshall Hurley had a birthday. And then today is a very special birthday because our dear friend Bree, who is in the chat with us right now, today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Bree. And Bree's channel name is Bree's Little Yarn Corner. Mare says, I hope to have chicken soup in my cup soon. New Jersey is nasty, wet, cold. Oh, I am so sorry, Mare. I am so ready for good old sunshine. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie says, your volume is good for me. Awesome. Christy says, better to be too loud. Andrew can turn you down a bit. But if you're too low, the volume could be on maximum and we still wouldn't hear you. Oh, okay, good. Good to know. Lisa says, happy birthday to everyone. Thank you, Lisa. And Christy says, happy birthday, Bree. And Christy says, did I spell her name correctly? We just spell it B-R-E. It's actually short for Brenda. Kimberly says, happy birthday. All right. Traveling Box of Joy. Our boxes are still traveling. Woo-hoo. If you are not familiar with the Traveling Box of Joy, please just go to my playlist. There are lots of videos there with updates, videos of everyone opening their box and sharing their time with the Traveling Box. There are 3 boxes that are out in circulation. And right now, box number 1 was with Kathy Jinks in Texas, and it is on its way to Rebecca Barron, who also lives in Texas. So it's just, box number 1 is just kind of traveling across Texas right now. Box number 2 is still currently visiting with Angela in New Jersey. And box number 3 was with Stephanie, Life in Stitches in Tennessee, and it is now on its way to Cindy with Pups and Crochet, and she is located in Illinois. So our boxes are moving, and I am enjoying watching what, the goodies are that each person is getting out of their box. But the most important thing is I hope that they are getting lots of joy and enjoying their boxes. All right, and the last bit of news before I open this up for you guys to hop on here, if you would like to, is our Saturday shout outs. Again, I want to thank all of my joy friends that are a part of my YouTube journey and a part of my Joyful Creations family. And I appreciate all of your comments every week. I appreciate the thumbs up and the support that you give to my channel, to my family, to Mr. Joyful on Friday nights with movie night. I do hope that you'll come join us in a little bit for movie night as we continue to go through Call the Midwife. I am so excited to share what is going in the grand prize giveaway later on tonight. I am so excited about this particular item. So you'll definitely have to come back and see, because it is Call the Midwife paraphernalia. So, exciting. All right. We did not have a Saturday shout out last Saturday. Again, I apologize. COVID, and I had vertigo really bad with it. So it was not like I could even just sit here and hold my head halfway up and work on a video. It was awful, you guys. So there just was not a Saturday shout out last Saturday. But since we weren't here last Friday for me to talk about the shout out from the previous Friday, that's who I'm going to talk about. Her name is April, and her channel name is Tool Time Adventures. All of her information is in the description box below so that you can click over and go check it out if you did not get a chance to see that shout out video. April joined YouTube on June the 4th of 2012. So she has been a part of the YouTube community for quite some time. But she did not become a content creator until January 2nd of 2020. So she is new as a content creator. Even though it's 2022, 2 years, I'm telling you, you're still a newbie. I am still a newbie. I will be celebrating my 2-year anniversary before too long. But April loves to crochet. She is really big into the Hat Not Hate project, which is a wonderful charity and thing to be a part of. It is trying to end bullying. She does live here in the United States, and I was not successful in going back onto her channel before I came on tonight. So I had her listed at 202 subscribers, but I'm just going to kind of scoot over to her channel really quickly, and let's just see if she has gained a little bit more family since that shout out. If not, please go over and throw some yarn in her window and just welcome her. Tell her that you are coming over from Joyful Creations and you just wanted to give her some joy. And let's see, here she is. And let's hope that count has gone up for her. All right. It is not going over for me, so let me see what's going on here. There we go. My internet's just running slow. She's at 219 now, so yay, April. So if you have not checked out April's channel, please go give her a great big joy hug. All right. Let me grab this link and drop it real quick for anyone who wants to come up tonight. And I'm going to turn it over to you guys. And then we will end with our Joy Basket moment at the end. All right. There is a link there. Mare says, and Bree, my fingerless gloves are deep purple in honor of your birthday. Purpleness. Love it. And Kimberly says she is in central New York and it is still snowing. And Christy says, yes, ma'am. Happy birthday, Bree. Lisa says, love known where your traveling boxes are. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I've really enjoyed the traveling boxes. I really, really have. And Lisa says, love your hat. Thank you. Thank you. I had so much of this yarn left over. I thought, why not, make a matching hat to go with it? But I still have a lot of this yarn left over. I lucked up and got it on sale at Ollie's. And I'm a big girl, so I felt like I had to buy a lot in order to be able to have enough. And, well, apparently I had more than enough. I ended up buying like 20 little skeins of it, but they were only 3-ounce skeins. So I didn't think that, I would have a lot left over, but I actually do. Chrissy says, Mayor, I'm a former Jersey girl, and it's the same here in North Carolina. The snow melted 2 days of rain, then 2 days of rain. Ugh. Yes, I'm not a snow person at all. I like looking at it from the window, and that's about it. Wanda says, my email address is on my About page. If you send me one there, I can respond, and you can get it that way. Fingers crossed. I will do that, Wanda. I will do that. Lisa says, I just subscribed to April. Thank you. And Chrissy says, what is her link? I will certainly give her my support. It's down in the description box, Christy. And there's, of course, the link. And so far, no one has shown an interest in coming up tonight and showing what's on their hook. Hello, sweet Robin. She says, April lives in an RV like we do. That is right, Robin. She does. You know what? I meant to put that down. She actually has quite a few videos on that as well. And I do love that. That's one of the things I like about Robin's channel too. I just love RV living. That is one thing Mr. Joyful and I definitely are hoping to do when we retire. Chrissy says, do you have April's link? I do. It is in the description box, but let me go ahead and just copy it here for you, and I'll drop it. All right. Chrissy says, same here. Okay, thank you. Roseanne says, I didn't see April's link in the description box. Oh, well, I will have to go back and look, Roseanne. Thank you. I try to put it all in there, but, I'm still getting used to StreamYard. Hello, Miguel. Hello, my sweet friend. He says, hi, Cynthia and everyone. So glad you are here. You are bringing the sunshine in my icy, rainy world outside. Miguel says, hi, Rover, to Robin. I live in a stationary travel trailer. I want one that moves, Miguel. Roseanne says, hi, Miguel. Kimberly says, I subscribe to April. Thank you guys so much. Christy says, I didn't either. Well, I will definitely double check on that because it should have been there. So I will definitely make sure that it is when I get off of here. So thank you guys for letting me know that. April link in description box. All right. So I will make sure as soon as I get off that it's there as well. She says, oh, there's the link. Never mind. Oh, great. You found it. Oh, and thank you, Jen. Jen put it in there too. Hello, Jen. Welcome in, my friend. Seems like forever since I've talked to you. She says, hi, everyone. Roseanne says, I was looking for her name, April. Duh. Oh, got you. It is Tool Time Adventures. Miguel says, Cynthia, it's been freezing temps here. Nasty weather came in Wednesday, sleet. Yes. And Miguel is in Texas, you guys. So, I mean, everybody that is not used to getting this nasty weather is really getting it. So, Miguel says hi to Jen and has said hello to Roseanne. Jen said hello to Miguel. Oh, my goodness, my friends. I'm so sorry. I got friends in the basement waving at me. Here we go. Let's let Lisa and Stephanie up. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, that was really loud. I am so sorry. I'm going to have to try and figure out something different with my camera. My camera was actually blocking you guys, and I happened to lean over, and that's when I saw you. So I'm going to hush my mouth and let y'all talk and show what you're doing.
Well, this is the placemat. Okay, that's where my camera is. Good to know. And you were talking about having 6 projects. Well, I think I've got you beat. This is actually just what will show in this little area.
Okay.
And actually, there, if you want to see a few more, I put up my intro video yesterday. So I'm now going to be having episodes. So this is actually a little bit of my stash. This is actually Hobby Lobby haul last year.
Oh, wow.
And then above it, I actually have a shelf unit with bags in it. And these are just blankets from this year.
Oh, my goodness.
You've got a lot to do.
Yeah. I like blankets. I've got, this is a little corner to corner that can cover my lap. This is actually from a test knit I worked on that stalled and then discovered that the length or the width was perfect length for fitting on this recliner. So now it fits my recliner perfectly.
Is that, it looks kind of, I can't see it all, just a small peek of it. It looks kind of like one of those gingham blankets.
It's, let me pull it out.
Okay.
It's actually a knit mosaic. Here's the back of it.
Beautiful. So oh my gosh.
So you just do one color on each row, and then you just do the knit. It's slip stitches and knits, and that's all you're doing. No purling.
Wow.
So it's
a lot of work.
That's amazing.
It looks harder than it is. It's fairly simple on. I prefer simple and easy, and it is.
That is amazing. You did a great job.
Thank you.
And show us your
to have it done.
Time. Show us the placemat again. Show us the placemat you're working on again.
It is going to be a placemat because when I cast the stitches on, I realized I cast on too many for a washcloth. And this is yarn that is a cotton mixed with something else, and I'm realizing I don't like it, so I want it out of my stash. And this is the fastest and easiest way to do it.
Got you. It's a pretty.
And then when it's done, I've got, and I said I had a blanket on the hooks. I do. This is from a square from a project that's been on the go for well over a year that I need to get done.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I flop between the two. I'll just, when I want something different, I'll just grab something different.
So is it common for you to have more than one whip going at a time?
Yes. At the moment, I actually at one point got as high as 36.
Oh my goodness.
And then I started going, and then, well, I'll January 1, I start casting on all the things. And then about, November, December, I start going through, and this is never going to get done. And then in January 1, I start frogging all the things because there's a group I'm a part of called Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast group.
Right.
And they do a Ready, Set, Go in January. And in January only, you get points for their drawing for frogging. So. So I frogged. And then I cast on all the things and see what I work on, because by the end of the year, I've got what I love, and then I've got what I don't love and can frog, and back to the beginning.
Gotcha. This past Monday, I joined Krista with the Secret Yarnery. She had a frogging party. She had made this beautiful cloak, but it was not quite the shape she wanted. So she was frogging it to start over, and she had a frogging party, and it was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah,
did that.
I've seen the same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a shawl that I completed, and I realized it wasn't big enough, and I got 2 more skeins of the same colorway. It was from an independent dyer called Lady Furnico Creation, so I frogged the shawl. It was a complete finished, not yet blocked, because I didn't have blocking mats shawl, and now it's starting over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a duck? Somebody has a duck?
No, it might be a noise outside my room. There's
Okay.
a machine going outside my room.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because I live on an estate and it might be somewhere in the middle by the sounds of it. That's probably what you can hear.
Well, Miss Lisa, tell us what's on your hook.
I am doing the Bago Day blanket.
Pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that variegated.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the first one I did.
That is beautiful. Oh my goodness.
And this one is variegated millings
Oh wow.
that I got from my local shop. And my niece is due to have twins in about anything from now to about 4 weeks. So I thought I would knit or crochet these ones up for the babies.
Those are pretty. What stitch is that? That is really pretty.
Crystal did it was a single crochet and a double crochet in the one loop.
Right.
And when you put she said you put on as long as it's an even amount of square chain, then in every second one you do a single crochet with a double crochet.
Wow. That is really pretty.
And then I just sort of added the sort of it's a bit hard to the pale blue in between.
Wow.
Just to sort of give it a bit of a see if I can just to give it a bit of a break between the colours.
That is pretty. And it does. It makes that variegated yarn pop when you do that.
Yeah. And that's why I did it with this one too. I did it with the white to make it look a bit more, sort of stand out a bit more.
Yes, it does. That is really pretty.
So that's what I got on the go. So I was late starting both of them, but I'm nearly finished. Well, I'm not that far off finishing this one.
So you are getting close.
Yeah. So I sort of try and like to make. I'll do these ones until the babies grow, and then I'll make longer ones. And
right.
So, yeah, that's what I have on at the moment. So I'll do this while I listen, like when I do watch your live, and then when we play the midwife,
right,
I do it while I'm answering the midwife questions.
well,
I may not get them right, but I try anyway.
Hey, it's all about the fun, right?
Oh, it is. It's so fun, and I'm learning so much about it, and I don't even watch the show. So I think I'm going to have to start watching it.
Well, make sure you have plenty of Kleenex.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will definitely need it.
Yeah, it sounds like I do. And what are you doing anything, Cynthia, on your hook?
I am. You'll have to go back and catch the beginning of the video.
Yeah, I came on late.
That's fine. I shared 4 things that are currently on my hook, and I talked about 2 things that are fixing to join. I'm fixing to have 6 projects. That is so unheard of for me. I'm one of
Yeah,
the like to
yeah,
start one and finish it. So that's
yeah,
why Stephanie has just like totally impressed me. So
yeah. I like to do one at a
she's my
time.
hero right now.
Yeah, I did hear you say you were doing something for Megan.
Yes, I
Well,
am.
I need to have more than one thing going. I've actually had carpal tunnel surgery on my wrist. That's actually why I'm wearing this. It's a compression glove to help give me a little bit of compression right in there, just to help with that.
Right.
So if I do too much in one craft, my wrist actually starts to hurt. So that's the big reason why I swap back and forth between, especially knitting and crochet. And then also, like this blanket I'm working on, the 2-strand held is one. I've got another that is just single strand. I've got another that's actually thicker. That's why it gives me the different textures and the different thicknesses, so I'm not using the exact same movements.
Right. Now, do you use a special hook? And I know you
Yeah.
I see needles, but when you crochet
Oh yeah, these are just
because of that,
yeah, actually I like it's the clover armor or armoire or however the ergonomic.
right,
This is the L 8 millimeter for 2 strands of worsted. I go tight. So
right.
I which is one of the reasons why I prefer blankets and shawls where gauge doesn't matter. Is if I try and do a wearable, I'm either going almost triple strand with the yarn,
Right.
or I have to go so high with the hook, a regular single crochet looks like a lace stitch.
Oh, wow.
So I just finally gave up.
So I have another question for you, Stephanie. um, you mentioned that you are crocheting with 2 strands.
Yes.
That's something that I have only done one time, and that was when I was making those snowmen. I don't know if I can even point to them correctly. Oh, I don't even think they're on the screen right now. But anyway, and I found it to be easier than I expected, but it was a very small section that I did that with. So my question is, since you've done that with bigger projects, is it fairly easy to do or
Oh yes, let me reach over to this other blanket because this one is I'm in Texas, so heavyweight doesn't work. So this blanket is actually, let me pull it
pretty?
over. This is actually 5 strands.
Oh my goodness.
It's 2 strands of a Lion Brand mandala, 1 strand of a Millen that I think is either a fingering or a sport, and 2 strands of actual fingering.
Oh wow.
So this is actually and this one is using a 10 millimeter.
So I was going to ask you, when you do that, then obviously you have to increase the hook size.
I do on this
Those.
one. I could probably get away with doing it with an 8 if I wanted really tight stitches, but both my 8 millimeter hooks are in projects at the moment. It's actually, the other one is a giant granny square blanket that needs to get finished this year.
And you know,
Let's get this back into where it goes.
I'm going to thank you because you actually gave
because
me.
It's just a matter, you just make sure you're holding tension tight enough, and then just making sure you pay attention that you catch all the loops. And be careful, because I have actually caught, when I'm pulling through, caught the stitches behind it, and then you just basically rip back 2-3 stitches to a good one and just go again. I find it easy, and this section is about 18 inches long now.
Wow.
And I've already gone through 2 cakes of mandala and about 4 skeins of, no, actually 5 skeins of the lighter weight yarns I'm using.
Oh,
which is
wow.
why I do it, is you use up yarn faster when you hold not just the 2 strands, but because it acts like a bulkier yarn, it goes through faster. And what's beside me is less than a third of my stash. So
right.
I've got stash to use up.
I want to go at trying to make baskets. I have never made a basket, and I want to try and make a basket, and that's what I'm going to do.
I don't have one within reach. If you go to Yarn Geek's channel, she has a Scraptastic moving bag.
I did save that, yes.
Yeah, and then also Young Geek.
I've actually made a bunch. I just don't have any within reach. I go 6 strands of worsted, like Red Heart or the Karen Jumbos, and I'm using a Q 15.75 hook.
Right.
Hers is either 6 or 7 strands with a 19 millimeter hook, which I have one and I don't like using it, so I dropped down to the Q.
Was it Young Geek or Affordable Crafty also did a blanket with 5 strands as well?
Oh yes, she has a Scraptastic bag. Yeah, the Scraptastic. She does a lot of Scraptastic. They're actually doing a Bust Your Stash challenge.
Yeah,
where she is as part of the Yarn Hookers with Mel of Hook to the Left and
Whippy Chick.
Whippy Chick. I just can't remember her. Jenny, I think, is her name.
Julie.
Yeah.
Julie.
So I watch them too, and that's the same thing as get rid of the stash because I bought a lot more. For the first time ever, I caught the Hobby Lobby clearance sale last year.
Yeah.
And I went severely overboard. As in, I bought. That's actually one of the reasons I bought these to hold part of that yarn haul.
Right. Wow.
So I had to. It was either that or leave them in plastic bags. So
It was actually
try and use up as much as I can before the clearance sale this year, and then now I know what I do use and what I don't.
Yeah. What was that, Lisa?
Yeah, Julie from Whippy Chick had, Tuesday night for her, but it was a Wednesday for me. She had a couple of classes for people to sort of, because I'm new at crocheting, so she had some lessons to how to make a hat.
Oh yeah.
And so I've learned how to make a hat from Julie.
That's pretty. You did a great job.
And I've done about 25 of them.
Oh
nice.
And that's only within a month.
Yeah. Wow.
But I've done a few of these ones, and there's a couple. I've got other colours as well, and like I've got a couple of ones that I try and use up scraps of wool and just make different colours.
Right.
Yeah. She was she was the one that sort of I did her, and then when I went on to Crystal and seen that she was doing the beginner's blanket, and because it was she made it look so easy, so I thought, I'm going to get into doing more and watch more of Crystal's.
Yeah.
And do some more of Crystal's crocheting as well.
All right, ladies, I'm going to get caught up on the chat here a little bit. Let's see what we've got going on. Is April the secret yarnery or so April is Tool Time Adventures and Krista is with the secret yarnery. And Miguel says, Cynthia, how's your job been going? Oh my gosh, thank you for asking that. Sorry, I was reaching for something. It is going really, really good. I missed a lot last week, recovering from COVID. And this week he's had me working from home. So I'm really, really looking forward to Monday where we can start our week officially in the office as it should be. My desk is here. He's already got it set up. He's got the Google Alexa things or whatever in sync between his desk and my desk. And we can just say, Google, unlock the door, and it'll unlock the door so people can actually come in from the street. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be learning a lot of new technology. And yeah, it's fun. Thank you, Miguel, for asking that. I'm enjoying it. I just can't wait for a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Christy says, okay, I found her. And hello, my friend Trish from the Purple Yarnivore. She says, hi, everyone. Hope everyone, again, got to see our live last night for the Joyful Yarnivores. We talked about that a little bit earlier. All right. Miguel says, hi, Lisa and Stephanie. And David says, I see lots of RV, minivan, tiny house living videos, and my first thought is always, and that's all he said. Wanda says, I've been trying to avoid the snow for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I'm just not a snow person. David says, Oi, that step up to get inside. Roseanne says, nice. Miguel says, David, I do not use the trailer stairs. After my brain surgery, a friend built me 4 wooden stairs and a railing to get in and out. That was really sweet, Miguel. Yes, those trailer stairs you have to be very careful with. Candy says, hello, my Joy sister. Hello, Miss Chocolate. So glad you're here with us. And Roseanne said, very nice, Lisa. She must have been talking about your hat.
No, I think it was the blanket.
Oh, the blanket. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I am a little bit behind on the chat.
That's okay. It's hard to keep up.
And she says hi to everyone. And Miguel says, Lisa, both are beautiful.
Thank you.
Mare says, nice work to both you ladies. Hello, sweet Crystal. Crystal is here with us from Divergent Crafter. And Miss Jeannie is here with us also from Proverbs 31 Yarn. Welcome in and hugs to all of you that are coming in. And says blessings to all. And Crystal said, hey, Jeannie. And Jeannie says hello to Crystal. And Crystal is saying, or excuse me, Jeannie is saying hello to Miguel and to David. All right. Well, ladies, do you have anything else you want to share before we start wrapping up and go into our Joy Basket moment?
No, not for me. That was just my phone then. I know that nothing for me. I've showed you what I needed to show, so.
No, this gives me an opportunity to do a live without too much stress. So it's like, okay, this I can do, and I'm set up. I've got a good setup with where my tablet is what I'm using for the camera. So I can see that, yes, it's good. I'm not showing anything I don't want to.
Yeah.
So now I've got something to do content. So that's going to make things interesting.
I'm excited about this portion of Cup to Hook Conversations now. Like, I'm so glad that we've evolved to this because I love you guys being able to come on and share what's on your heart, what's on your hook, your cup.
And tea.
Oh, I love that.
I've already had my cup of tea.
You've already had yours.
I'll have to go and make another one.
Well, you'll have to get it ready for movie night.
Oh, yeah, no, and you know what? I forgot about the 11 o'clock live because I was watching other things. Crystal had uploaded stuff on the Bog Life family and everything, and you happened to be on the side, Cynthia, and thinking, oh man, oh yeah, I've got to get on for the live. Yeah. So I almost forgot.
I'm trying to work on figuring out how to get the notifications out. So
I know, I got it, but I just got so wrapped up into watching other things that I forgot to, sort of forgot about your live. But I like coming on heaters because it gives you the chance to meet the people you're actually in and talk to other people that are in the Yarny community, and and that, and people are amazed because I put up what time that I am, and they go, what? And the other day I was on a live to a lady, Debbie, I can't think of her channel, and she goes, Wednesday already? She had to look at her clock, and she goes, oh, but it's Tuesday. And then I had to say, yeah, but I'm in Australia, so I'm Wednesday. Yeah. Because for me, it's confusing for the people who are behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
one thing I discovered unfortunately, is if you're watching a video and YouTube you don't see a notification from YouTube until the end of the video.
Really?
I've seen that more than once where I'll get to the end and I'll close it, and then the notification, then the bell lights up. Oh, you've got a notification, and it was something that started halfway through the video I was watching.
Oh, wow.
So I will actually have my phone. I now have my phone nearby because the notification will then go to that. So it'll light up. Oh, you've got a notification from YouTube. Otherwise, like if something pops up, well, the tablet will come down with a banner.
Yeah.
With a notification. Otherwise, you don't see it. You don't get them until afterwards. So if I'm in, for instance, if I'm in Dana Wanderlust Crochet's live and she's in the truck that can go for 3 hours, that can be 2 or 3 different episodes of other things.
Right.
Or
Yeah, I just had one of those. I just had a notification come down on mine.
Yeah, so it comes
about
in
10
on my
minutes
tablet,
ago.
but if I'm on my laptop, I don't get the notifications until I'm done watching the video.
Okay.
And I've missed notifications that way. So that's one thing, is whether or not you get the notification sometimes depends on what device are you using.
And same with
notification set.
And same with me, with the notifications, depending on who's going live and what time is when I would get them, or I will, like I do have a few, they're 4 o'clock in the morning or they're 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm in bed.
Yeah.
So I have to watch the replay.
Gotcha.
So then I miss out on that interaction that way. Whereas with you, Cynthia, I am nearly 12:15.
Yeah.
So, which you're about, 9 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. See,
Yeah.
so which is good because it's a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone, you got to work out, depends on where you are in America to how far behind you are for me.
Yeah.
Because some could be 13 hours, some could be 14, anything up to 16 hours behind.
Yeah.
That's like when I joined Krista in Nairobi, Kenya for her frogging. It was like in the morning for her. I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday.
Yeah.
Not Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the night for me.
Yeah.
It was like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, when I watched the same one, and she's about 8 hours. I'll soon tell you. I think she's about 9 hours behind me. I think she's 8 hours behind me.
Okay.
So if she was 9 o'clock in the morning, it would have been about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Wow.
So that's good in that way. With Krista, I can get some, but some of them are like when I do like tonight. Tonight will be tomorrow morning for me, where I'll get Ginger and Kim, Young Geek and Affordable Crafty, will be 1 o'clock a.m. Sunday morning for me.
Right.
And they'll be 8 o'clock Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'll catch Ginger with Mel and Julie 9 o'clock on a Sunday here, and it's 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock Saturday night there.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's why I think, thank God for the replays.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank goodness. I agree.
Yeah, but I even like it when it's like this, because then you actually get to see them face to face. You know, and you get to meet new people and everything. So,
right.
Yeah, and if I'm watching a replay, I usually wait about 12 hours, sometimes 24, to give YouTube time to put the live chat back in, so you can actually see all the comments. Because if you do it, you try and go back into the live immediately, the live chat's not there.
No, you're right. Yeah. Right. Jen says that's how she got some of her notifications as well. Yeah. All right. We're going to go into our Joy Basket moment really quickly. before we do, I have two urgent prayer requests that have come to my attention that I'm going to share and ask if you guys will help keep in your prayers. Our little Chase that we're doing our little joy hugs with, he's 4 or 5 years old. I'm not sure. I think he turned 5. I just got today, as a matter of fact. His birthday is December. So he turned 5 in December. He's a little fella that we've been doing things for that has leukemia. He's got pneumonia right now. So
Ooh.
Poor thing.
in your prayers. So on top of everything going on and the chemo, he's also dealing with pneumonia. And then Miss Shirley Razzie, that's usually here on Friday nights with us, both in Cup2HookConversation and movie night. She fell this morning and broke her hip. So she is currently at the hospital. Unfortunately, I was still resting this morning before work when she called, so I missed her call. Listened to her voicemail message. I've already sent her a text message because she says, "Don't call me, I'll call you," because I imagine she's got, they're busy with her. So that's all I know. So if you guys will just kind of keep her in your prayers, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah.
All right. So today, our Joy Basket moment is titled Fearless. And the verse that comes with it comes from Psalms chapter 27, verse 1. And it says, "The Lord is my light and the one who saves me. So why should I fear anyone? The Lord protects my life. So why should I be afraid?" And it says, "Darkness can be frightening because we cannot see as well as we do. We cannot see as well, and we do not know what awaits. We tend to fear what we do not know or what we cannot see. This is why those who truly know God and have a relationship with Him do not need to fear the future. Although we cannot see it, we know that God is always good and fully capable." Amen. He is direct light upon our paths, shining with love and guidance, and He illuminates the steps we need to take, and we need not fear because He is our protector. Lord, in You we find hope, and we find our future, and we know that they're both secure. Even if at times we cannot see one step ahead, we feel safe and protected because we are following You. You make us fearless by Your perfect love. In what ways does the Lord light your path? Do you worry about your future? Well, Stephanie and Lisa, I thank both of you ladies for coming up and joining me on the panel tonight and sharing what's on your hooks.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
I encourage both you ladies, and I encourage all of you that are in the in the chat and that are watching this in the replay to keep your hooks busy this week, and maybe consider next week coming back up or coming up for the first time and sharing what's on your hook. I would love to have so many people that I got to start sending people back to their homes. So I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm loving being able to, like you mentioned earlier, getting to see each other in live time and also see what's on your hooks.
Yes.
Even if, go
I
ahead.
was going to say, it makes it interesting to see what everybody else is doing too, and it gives you the ideas. Think, oh, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
Well, you can mention in the chat what you're doing, but sometimes it's hard to put the visual, like seeing that variegated yarn pop against that solid colors.
Yes.
It's hard to see that. And then Stephanie, like when you were showing us, I mean, if I were sitting here trying to envision doing that many strands together, you can't see it as well as you could when you were showing it to us. So it really makes it fun.
Look, I'm like you. I like to see the visual part of it. And then, it sort of gives me ideas to what color goes with what.
Right.
Yeah. And one of the nice things about the multi-strands is in that 5-strand, one of the strands of fingering is actually a yarn I can't use by itself. It's an acrylic nylon blend. It has so much nylon that when I try and make a stitch, the yarn stretches to almost twice the length.
Oh, wow.
And so anytime I tried to make a stitch with it, the stitches would stretch out. And when I make the stitch afterwards, it would shrink down, and they were so tight I couldn't work into the next stitch or into the stitches from the previous row. Well, in that 5-strand blanket, the other 4 strands help mitigate that. So even if it's stretching out, the other 4 strands take care of it. And that's actually how I'm going to be basically using up everything that I purchased of that style of yarn. It's going into that blanket. And it's going to be out of my stash, and I'm not going to buy it again.
Right. But playing off of that knowledge, like you just shared, is another great thing about having this time for you guys to come up and share. Is if you're working on a project and you have a question or you're stuck with something, you can come up and show us visually, and then we can all try to work together to help figure out. Because, I would have maybe never thought of that, Stephanie, about working with that nylon yarn and thinking about putting it with multiple strands of something else to help give it more of that, durability.
It keeps me from pulling it too tight, and then it also allows it to actually be worked without shrinking too much.
Right.
I did that with on a live chat with Ursula and Linda. Ursula's from South Africa and Linda's from the UK. I could never work out whether I was a pencil grip or a knife gripper.
Right.
And I said to him, I've got a question. I want to know what I am. And so they put me into the singles, so they were watching what I was doing. And Linda said, you're a knife gripper.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me, it was good because then, like you say, gives me the opportunity to ask questions.
Right.
And learn more, Because otherwise, how do you learn when you don't ask questions?
No, you're right. You're right.
And I've always been a good believer that keep asking questions.
Oh, yeah.
And then that way you learn more. You learn, and like you say, we learn off each other.
Yeah.
One of the different things I've always done, I've always encouraged people, ask a question, because you might be a little bit more confident in asking it where someone else has that same question and they're not confident enough to ask it, but you're their voice. So there's never a dumb question, or it wouldn't be a question.
Yeah. I was watching a live a while ago, and I had a question on my mind, but it was getting it from my mind to the comment. And then someone else had asked the same question. Like, oh, yes. I'm glad someone else asked that question. Because I wanted to ask the same question, but like you say, it's nice that someone else has said had the same idea.
Right.
And then I thought, I don't feel like a fool because I had the same question as someone had asked. So,
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone again for your prayers for Chase and for Miss Shirley. And I will try to have an update on both of them next Friday. And again, thank you, Lisa and Stephanie, for coming up tonight. And thank you, everyone that is here in this video in live real time. And thank you to all of those that are watching this on the replay. We are going to say goodnight so we can go get ready for movie night. Again, if you're not doing anything later tonight, or you're just browsing through YouTube, we would love to have you come and either play with us or bring a project and work on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be working on my blanket.
I'll
be jumping between projects.
I agree, Jen. There are no foolish questions ever, ever. All right, everyone. Well, I am going to say good night to you. And as I've got there in the chat, if I can get it up there.
Okay, I will get.
Be humble and kind. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations. Hugs and joy. And I cannot wait to see you next Friday. And I will have 6 project updates to share with you. So
can't wait to see them.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We'll love you all. Again, mark your calendars for Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to join Trish and I for the Joyful Yarnivores. We're so excited. Next Thursday will be our first night of content. So come, come, come. We'd love to have you. All right, everyone.
Right.
I love you and take care. Thank you again, Lisa.
You're
And
welcome.
we will see everyone maybe for movie night, but if not, around the community or next Friday night. Bye, guys.